Okay, now here we have our spreadsheet with the scores. For it to be used in Google Sheets, first of all we are going to go to File, then Save as Google Sheets, save as Google Sheets. Saving. Now you can see is now in the correct format. This is the correct format, because what we need is these extensions. So the extensions are very important. So let's move to sheet 2, where we have our template report card that we created. Here is our template report card. So with this template report card, we can generate other report cards using a program called apps script, which is just a modified JavaScript programming language. Now the name is a score sheet. Now let's move to extensions. So after tapping on extensions tab, a drop down menu occurs. Then let's move down to this select apps script, then tap on it. It's loading. Let's just be patient. It's loading. It's loading. App script is loading, because that is where we are going to write our program that will help us to generate the rest of the report cards from our report card template. Let's give it time. It is loading. It's loading. Let's give it time. Just give it time for it to load. Here it is. So I'm being asked that you are currently signed in as Tony Mulati 79 at gmail.com. Okay. Click on that. So this is where we are going to write our program, app script program. Going to write it there. So let me delete this. want to delete that. Then there is a program here that is already made. App script, let's go there. So this is my program that we are going to use to generate the report cards. That is my program. So let me copy it. It's my program. Copy it. Then I'll paste it. I'm going to paste it here. Going to paste it there. So this is our program, the app script. And I was telling you. That is it. So this project, as you can see, it is untitled. So let's rename it. Let us rename it. Let's give it another name. You can give it the name score sheet. Still okay. Score sheet. Score sheet. Score sheet. That is our new name. So rename. Now call score sheet project in app script. So this is our script. We can save it. Saving the project. So the project is saved. Here the function that is going to generate the rest of the report cards is called generate report cards. This is the function name. Generate report cards. Generate report cards is the function name. Now when we get to this function, you see the spreadsheet app is going to use this method called get active spreadsheet to get our active spreadsheet. Then that active spreadsheet is going to be stored in this object called a sheet. So sheet object is where our active spreadsheet is going to be stored. So sheet is a constant because it's not going to change. Then our active spreadsheet now renamed as a sheet or stored that object called sheet is going to use this method called get sheet by name to access sheet 1. So sheet 1 is the one that contains data that we need. So after accessing sheet 1, that sheet 1 is going to be stored in our object here called data sheet. So that's where our sheet 1 data is gonna be stored. Then we are also interested in sheet 2 because that's where our report card template is. So again, our active sheet is going to use this method called still the method called get sheet by name to access or to retrieve sheet 2, which is our template report card that we made. So our template report card that we made, referred to as sheet 2, is going to be stored in this object called template sheet. So template sheet is the object that is going to store or that is storing our template report card. Then the data sheet, which is our sheet 1 object, is going to use this method called get data range to get the range from which we are going to operate from. That is the range of data in sheet 1. Then after getting the range from which to operate from, we can now access the values in that range. So the range will use this method called get values to get the values within that range of data in sheet 1. Then the values are gonna be stored in this object called values, right? Then we are going to use the for loop to iterate through the rows containing the values, and the rows that we are going to iterate through are from row number 2, whose index is 1. So we are omitting, or we are leaving out row number 1, whose index value is 0, because is for headers. So the rows will range from the second row, whose index is 1, up to the last row, which is row number 6. So the number of rows cannot go beyond 6. That's why you're seeing this less than sign, meaning that the iteration does not exceed the maximum number of rows, which is 6 in our case. So this one I plus plus, this one is just for iteration, meaning that from row number 2 it will proceed to the next row, that is row number 3. From row number 3 it will proceed to the next one, which is row number 4, then number 5, then number 6. So you can see is addition of 1 1 1 1, because from row number 2 added 1, then got to row number 3, add 1, row number 4, add 1, row number 5, add 1, row number 6. So it can't go beyond 6 because of this condition, less than. Now, when we get to each of the rows, that we have, remember we are having as from row number 2 to row number 6. So in total we have 5 rows. So for each row, there is a cell that stores the student ID, and the value to denote that cell is here. These are the values that denote or identifies that cell for each row. Now this one stands for the row index. So then this the second one 0 is the index denoting the column. So 0 meaning 0 index meaning the first column. So the first column in each row is the one that contains the student ID. Then the rows index will vary like in the first place, in our row that we are beginning with, which is row number 2. So its index is its index will be 1. Its index will be 1. Then the following row will have index 2. Then the following one, index 3, like that. Now for each row we have each row contains a cell that contains the name, and the cell the cell is denoted by these values, whereby I stands for the index of the row in which that cell is found. Then 1 stands for the index in which the index of the column in which that cell is found. So for our first row, the row index will be 1. The row index will be 1. Then the column, the cell column, the column in which the cell is found will be 1. That is index 1, because it is the second column. So the same principle will apply for the rest of the cells. For the rest of the cells, to get the student ID, and also to get the student name. So the student ID will be stored in this object called student ID for all of the students that we have. Then each name of the student is going to be stored in a separate object called name. Then here going to check if a sheet with the same name already exists, and be able to create a unique name if needed. So if maybe with students that are sharing a similar name, then this formula, this syntax is going to help us sort that out. So if there is that new name, if there is a new name, then it will be if there is a new name, then because we have a counter here, so an extension will be added to that new name. Suppose the name is maybe the name is the name Tony Mulati is appearing twice. So if it is appearing twice, then to avoid conflicts, then we'll have Tony Mulati 1. So this one will be added as an extension to the name. If we get another Tony Mulati, then it will now be Tony Mulati 2. If we get another Tony Mulati, then it will be Tony Mulati 3. So you see it is increasing by 1. The counter is increasing by 1. As you can see here, counter plus plus, meaning is increasing by 1, because Tony Mulati 1. If you have another Tony Mulati, be Tony Mulati 2. If you get another Tony Mulati, to be Tony Mulati 3. So if name is Tony Mulati, then is appearing again, so it will be plus 1 or plus 2 or plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, like that. You add 1 1 1 1 1. Then you can now copy the template sheet and now rename it, and now be able to rename it. So our template sheet, we copy it now to the active sheet, then store it as a new sheet. Then you can now set the name, assign now the new name. If it is Tony Mulati 1, Tony Mulati 2, Tony Mulati 3, Tony Mulati 4. That is what it is meant by setting the name. Then now come to setting the values for the report cards. Setting the values for the report cards. Now in our template report card, there is that cell that contains the student ID. You can just confirm. Let's confirm. Yeah, so the cell that contains the student ID is cell B2. You can see cell B2. This one is the one that contains the student ID. Cell B2. So that is why is here. So we are selecting it. We are selecting that cell B2. And then we now set the value. We set the value setting the value of that student ID. Remember that student ID is found in index it is found in a column index 0. That is the first column of our sheet 1. That is where the student ID is found in the first column. So the first column is labeled index 1. The first column is labeled index 0. The second column is labeled index 1. Third column labeled index 2. Fourth column labeled index 3. So our student ID is in column is in the first column of our sheet 1. The first column I've said is index. We give it index 0. So this is just a comment. Slash is a comment to not be captured in the program. Then the name of the learner. Then the name of the learner in our template report card is going to take cell C3. Cell C3. Let's see. The name is going to take the name is in cell B3. So B3, so it is in cell B3. Going to change that. The name is in cell B3. So we're going to change that. That is where the name of the learner is, and the name of the learner is in the second column of our sheet 1, and the second column is given index 1. Is assumed to have taken index 1. Okay. Then the English score. The English score is in column 3, whose index is 2. And in our template report card, the English score is in cell B5. Let's confirm. The English score is in cell B5. Let's confirm that. Yes, it's true. B5. Then the Swahili score is in cell B6. The math score is in cell B7, because it's B. Then row number 7. That is the maths score. Let's go back. So the English score is in cell B5. Then the rubric for English score is in cell C5 of our template report card. Then Kiswahili score is in cell B6 of our template report card. So these ones I've confirmed they are okay. Maybe we can check the cell that is containing our total marks. Can check to ensure that it is cell B8. Total marks, yeah, it's in cell B8. The average level in cell C9. See, this is C, then this is 9. So the meeting point denotes the cell storing our average level. So C9 is storing our average level or average rubric level. You can check that. So C9 is okay, and even the position. So what you should take note of also is these values. These values just denotes the index in which the values the index of the columns containing the values, the index of the columns containing the values in sheet 1. Just for example, like this one, for positions, when you go to sheet 1, you'll get these in the positions. You'll get them in the last column, which is column number 11, but the index for that column is not 11, it is 10, because when numbering in the indices, we begin from 0. Going forward. This I just stands for the index of the row, in which that cell is found. So, like for example, this one, for position, if you want to ascertain that is 10, let's go to sheet 1. So sheet 1, let's go back to sheet 1. So position, so this is the row for positions. So when counting the indices, this becomes index 1. So this is index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4, index 5, index 6, index 7, index 8, index 9, index 10, am I doing it right? Let's begin. 0, index 0. This is index 0. Then index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4, index 5, index 6, index 7, index 8, index 9, index 10. So this is index 10. So column 10 is denoted by, or is given in the is assigned index. Column 11 is assigned index 10. Column number 11 is assigned index 10. Then column number 1, which is A, is assigned index 0. Column number 2, which is B, is assigned index 1. Then this column number 3, which is column C, is assigned index 2, and the rest will just flow. I think I've made that correction, sorry. So let's go back to our app script. So the next thing that we are going to do, because we have let's save the project again, because we've made some changes. Saving the project, we have already saved it. Now after saving it, we are going to run this program and see what's gonna happen. So let's run it. You can see the message is popping up. Authorization required. This project requires your permission to access your data. So just click review permissions. Review permissions. Let's be patient. Everything is gonna be okay. Choose an account to continue to score sheet. So this is my account, email address. So I'm signing in with Google. Signing in with Google. Google hasn't verified this app. The app is requesting access to sensitive information in your Google account until the developer Tony Mulati 79@gmail.com verifies this app with Google. You shouldn't use it. So I go to advanced. Go to advanced. After going to advanced, continue only if you understand the risks and trust the developer. Click and save. And save. Then you may be sharing sensitive information with this site or app. Learn about how Scoresheet will handle your data by reviewing its terms of service and privacy policies. You can always see or remove access in your Google account. Click allow. . authorization successful. So the authorization is successful. Since the authorization is successful, we can okay, see, so execution has started. So the program, our code is being executed. Okay, execution completed. So the execution is completed, meaning that our program has generated the report cards. You see, execution started at 1:18:57 a.m. and completed at 1:19:07, roughly just a few seconds. Yes, few seconds. Then we can now go back to our score sheets and view our report cards because they have been generated. So here are our report cards for Tony Mulati, for Milton Wafula, for Godfrey Chelotti, for Eric Wekesa, and Victor Skuku. So the report cards for all of the students have been generated. We can have a look at them. Let's begin with that one for Tony Mulati. So click there. You can see is the report card for Tony Mulati. This one is missing. I think there was some technical error somewhere. Otherwise, it's okay. So I'll have to review and see what went wrong. For Milton Wafula, that is the report card for Milton Wafula. You can see. So it's okay. It means there was just something missing here that I'll look into and rectify in my coming tutorials. I'll have to fix that. For Godfrey Chelotti, just click there like that. There we have the report card for Godfrey Chelotti. For Eric Wekesa, just click there like that. Eric Wekesa. That is the report card for Eric Wekesa. Then for Victor Sikuku. For Victor Sikuku, that is the report card for him. Now the next thing that we are going to do is how now to access each of the report cards. So accessing them, remove this one. Think now is clear for Tony Mulati. So Tony Mulati, to generate the report card, we want to download the report card for Tony Mulati. So come here, file, then download. You want to download, so select download, then drop down menu shall appear there, will appear there, then download it as a PDF. So click on PDF. So there is our report card for Tony Mulati. So you can export it. After downloading it, you can export it. See, it is downloading PDF. Then let's take for example and is here, the downloaded report card is here. Click. So that is a report card. Then you can download that one for Eric Wekesa also. So click on that. The report card for Eric Wekesa, just click on file, then download as PDF. Download as PDF. That is the report card for Eric Wekesa. Report card for Eric Wekesa. So export it. Downloading. So you can see score sheet Eric Wekesa PDF done. So that is where it is. Very simple. For Milton Wafula, there is his report card. There is his report card. So can as well download his report card. Let's come to file, tap on it, then and the drop down menu, download as a PDF. So it is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. The report card for Milton Wafula, there it is. So then can export it. So you can see it is downloading as PDF. So so far you can see we have the downloaded report card for Milton Wafula, the downloaded report card for Eric Wekesa. So you can do the same for all the students regardless of the number. So this one is a very good initiative because it will save you a lot of time, a lot of energy. Instead of doing it manually, you can just leverage this technology, AppScript and Google Sheets to be able to generate as many report cards as you can. Thank you very much for listening to me. My name is Tony Wanjala Mlati. Like my Facebook page. My Facebook page is called Tony Mulati Digital, and I also have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. May God bless you.